Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 100p podcast. Another episode is about to be given to you, blessed to you in your ears, because we're not on video. It is back with me, Juice, and my good buddy, Brazzi. How you doing, Braz?
What's up, Juice? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. And sorry about last week's. We had some things going on, and we couldn't get the podcast out to you, but we're back this week. And we've got some interesting topics to talk about today. That is for sure. We've got 2 weeks of stuff to talk about. And I do want to start off by asking you how you feel about Papa John.
Papa John?
Yeah, because it has been going around in the news for years now, because back when it all went down originally, it was found out that Papa John, I forget his real name, his real last name, but it was found out that he is a huge racist.
What's crazy about that is, like, that's been going on for so long, and people are still talking about it.
Yeah. Well, we're only still talking about it because recently it was popping up on a couple websites. A video came out of Papa John specifically saying that the N-word is in his vocabulary very commonly, and he's working to get it out. And that begs the question, why? Why is it in your vocabulary?
It's like he's going to therapy or something.
I think he is.
He's addicted to saying the N-word.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Like, I don't understand. I guess I can't understand it because I've never said it personally. And you can say it because you're allowed to. But
I say it, but, like, I mean, I do say it a lot every now and then, right? But there's a big difference between, people don't understand, I hate when people get mad about this, there's a big difference between an ER and an A. It's a big difference.
Exactly, yes. I understand the difference, too.
I don't understand, but some people don't, which is really crazy to me.
Yeah.
How do you not understand
I don't know how you don't understand it.
It's like, now, Austin says it every now and then to me, right? And I don't care. Me personally, I don't care. But should you be saying if you don't normally say it? No. Like, you shouldn't be going around saying the damn word. Just the way it is.
And I would never say it, even if I was, like, talking to you and just joking with an A. Like, I would never say it.
No, and it bothers me even when people say, "Oh, white people just can't say it." No, I don't even like when a black person walks around and says it with the ER. Like, you sound stupid. It's the same thing.
I personally don't think I've ever heard of a black person saying it with an ER.
Oh,
I've always
been around. Juice WRLD song? He said ER.
Oh, does he?
He said ER in it, and I can't listen to that song because I'm like, what is wrong with this?
I don't think I've heard this.
Why would you say that when you know majority of your fans are white, right?
And they're gonna say that,
and they're gonna say that. So why would you put that in your song? So
maybe he was testing it. I don't know. But back to Papa John, I don't understand how it's that difficult for you to just not say it. There's so many words you could say. You don't have to say that. It doesn't make any sense. It's very, very confusing as to why he's working 24/7 with therapists and with all this stuff to eliminate that word from the vocabulary, from his vocabulary. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's a huge racist if he has to do all that. That's kind of crazy.
And I have a little bit of a conspiracy theory behind this. I think that the only reason they let Shaq become like a board member is because they wanted to get rid of this blowback of Papa John, because he became a board member like very close after Papa John was disgraced and let all his shares go and all that stuff. I feel like they wanted to get a huge, who's the biggest black guy there is? Shaq. So they wanted to make amends, basically. That's my conspiracy theory.
That's true.
I don't know if it's true or not. They may just wanted Shaq because Shaq's awesome. I don't know how we transition from a huge racist and Papa John to anything else, but we do. Next up is Drew Brees retiring from the league. How do you feel about that?
I'm a big Drew Brees fan.
Me too. I like Drew Brees.
Big, but he didn't look the same this year at all, in my opinion.
Nah,
he looked. His arm isn't there. People talk about Tom Brady, but Drew Brees was the one, to me, who really wasn't performing like he used to. Right? He looked old, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he looked his age,
and that's been looking like that for a couple years.
a couple years now, and can he go more? I think he can go more, but I don't think he really wants to anymore at this point. You know,
I don't know. I don't know if he could go more because the past couple of years he's been getting some big injuries.
He has, man. Drew Brees is a great player. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. But he knows when to hang it up, and that's what I respected about that.
I think it's a good move for him to retire. He kept falling off. His arm at the end of the year for the past couple of years would fall off, and he wouldn't be the same at the end of the season. Plus those big injuries, I think he cracked so many. I think he cracked like 6 ribs or broke 6 ribs. I don't even know how many ribs he broke this past season.
Really? I didn't know he broke that many.
He got so many injuries this past season on that one hit that he took early or probably around midway through the season that he was out for a lot of the season from it. But that's probably one of the big reasons why he decided to hang it up.
Yeah.
And fun fact, did you know that Drew Brees has never won an MVP?
He didn't?
Nope, he's never won an MVP. He's gotten votes for it, but he's never won an MVP.
Jesus.
I know. That just shows you how good Aaron Rodgers is, Tom Brady is, Peyton Manning, all the guys. He just came in at the wrong time. he came in.
Super Bowl MVP, though.
He's got a Super Bowl MVP. That is true.
Screw the haters, because he's just as good as all those guys that you just named.
He is very good. I would put him. Where would you put him in a top 5? Would you have him in top 5?
Oh, of course. My top 5 of all time?
Oh, let's not go all time. Let's go just the past 20, 25 years.
Okay. I'm putting Tom Brady 1.
Yeah.
Obviously. Right? And as much as I hate to admit it, I'm putting Ben up there because Ben has done a lot with the Steelers.
Okay.
I'm putting Aaron Rodgers 3 because Aaron Rodgers still has time.
All right.
I'm putting Brett Favre.
Oh, that's a good
4.
one. Yep.
And I'm putting Drew Brees 5.
Ooh, you didn't put Peyton on there. That's interesting.
This is why. I honestly didn't watch a lot of Peyton Manning.
Okay. That's understandable.
That's the truth. I honestly didn't watch a lot of Peyton Manning. I wasn't a Colts fan. I didn't like the Broncos. I didn't watch a lot of Peyton.
That's understandable. Sadly, for me being a Patriots fan, I had to watch a lot of Peyton Manning on both the Colts and the Broncos. So it was
you could argue that Eli Manning is a top 5 quarterback.
Manning.
Tom Brady Eli Manning is the only person that Tom Brady couldn't beat.
Exactly. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So
Nick Foles
you can put him up there. And Nick Foles, yeah, but Nick Foles was only there once.
We don't talk about the Philly special. Yeah. That word is banned. If I had to give a top 5, I'd probably obviously go Brady first, because if you don't have Brady first in any top 5, then you don't know what you're talking about. I'd probably have Peyton 2, Rodgers 3, maybe Favre was really good, but he was a gunslinger. I don't know if I can. I'd probably have Breeze 4, and then I don't think I'd have Ben. I don't think I'd have Ben in mind. I think I'd have Favre as my 5th.
I'm taking Favre out of my top 5 and putting Peyton Manning in Favre's spot because I forgot Favre is a racist.
Is Favre racist?
I don't know. There was a rumor that he was racist.
I feel like I've heard that rumor. That sounds familiar. I don't think he is. I mean, I could put it on Google.
Know if he is. But the rumor said he is, so he's racist.
Okay. Well, just then I'm going to keep him in mind just because I'm going to take off the field stuff.
Because you're a racist.
No. No. We don't need that out there.
I'm kidding.
That's not true.
Juicy is not racist. All right, people. He's just a gamer.
Oh, we don't need that out there in the universe. Oh man, top 5s are crazy though. Like people get so into heated arguments about top 5s because they can't separate their opinion from somebody else's opinion. It has to. If some people are like their opinion is final, like they have.
Yeah, I don't like having conversations with people like that. That's why, like when we talk about something musto or what I always say, my opinion, because it's my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. You have your opinion, I have my opinion. people who don't like to hear other people's opinions are just arrogant, in my opinion. Like they need. I don't understand that. What's the point? Why? How can you not understand my opinion?
I like your opinion about the top 5 because I would have never put Ben on there. That's interesting that you put Ben in there.
Well, because Ben has accomplished a lot, right?
Yeah, he
People
has.
just don't give him credit for it, right? Because he's been accused of allegations and
he's been. I think it was
and choking. Oh yeah, it probably was true, but you gotta say allegations on a podcast. Just on podcast, come on now,
that's true.
Incriminate the man. But you know, he has done a lot. I mean, yeah, he's choked a lot also, but this man, this last year, this past season, they had a ride to the bowl, then they choked it. But in those times before they started choking, Ben looked like still a top 5 quarterback in the league today.
I will put the argument out there just for the sake of arguing because we're on a podcast that back when Ben had the triple Bs in Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Big Ben, they had a solid defense and they never did anything with it. So
it's because they had so much trouble, right? They had so many other things going outside. You know, Brown couldn't stay out of trouble. I mean, yeah, when he was first there, they should have won. To be honest with you, I don't know what they were doing. Le'Veon Bell didn't want to be there the entire time. He wanted money. Big Ben was too busy eating burgers. You know,
he was getting chunky at that time.
He was getting fat, man. They didn't really have a team that wanted to be there, that wanted to. Their biggest mistake, in my opinion, was letting Brown go, and not even trying to. Look what he did when he won with Patriots. He had a quarterback that wanted him there because Big Ben didn't want him there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Big Ben pushed him out the door because he was, Big Ben. And Major Brown's down. Now, I don't. In my opinion, the Steelers will never win another Super Bowl with Big Ben.
I agree. I totally agree with you. I don't think Ben's got it.
They'll never win another one. They'll never win one. They just won't. He's all about himself. If you think about it, he's really a selfish player. Really is. Because if he wanted to do what's best for the team, he would have tried everything he could to keep that team together. When he had Bell, when he had Brown.
Plus, speaking on that, you say that he wants to do everything, or he says that he wants to do everything for the team. Well, his contract came up this year, and he's getting a ton of money, and he said that he wants to build a better team, so he said he would take a pay cut.
Let's see what he does. He does. Because you see what Tom Brady did.
Well, Brady
right?
is known for years back in New England to take pay cuts to bring in better talent.
And that's why he's such a good quarterback. That's why he wins, because he doesn't care. He has enough money already. He's not greedy. He's not there for the money.
His wife also makes more than him. I don't think now anymore, but before, when he was in New England.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, right? He doesn't care about the money. He cares about winning. He's an actual competitor. A lot of these people in the league now, they just care about money. They don't care about no one else but money. They just want their money. They don't care if they win. It's a business to them. It's about Tom Brady. I don't think it's a business. In his mind,
it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. He's playing to win. He don't care about the money. I mean, obviously he does, because everybody cares about money, but he wants to win. And that's what I love about Brady. That's why Brady, even though I hate the Patriots, I wasn't a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but this team that he has now, the Buccaneers, the way he's playing, the way he's doing, this team is so young. I see them winning the next 5 years. Because he's going to be there for the next 4 years, whatever he is there. I see them winning at least 2 more times.
Ooh, 2 more times. That's a hot take.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win it back again, back to back.
Yeah, I have thought about that if they could go repeat. It's just
they embarrassed the best team in the league.
I know,
years,
but you gotta. It's so hard to go against Patrick Mahomes. He's too talented
He's too talented, but he got really exposed. I guarantee you, the Chiefs this year coming up have the worst season they've had since they had Patrick Mahomes because of how exposed he just was. They got to literally change their entire game plan for them to even have a chance.
Or they change their entire game plan and they turn out to be even better than they were before.
Yeah, they could change their whole that they could, but a team who's been together so long, changing the entire scheme around their team, the entire way that they play the game. They go out there every snap. You got to watch multiple people. If they don't get more talent behind Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and the other guys, they won't be anything. They're not going to be that good because defenses are going to pick up on it. These defenses are elite defenses. What Tampa Bay did to them in the Super Bowl, if I'm Andy Reid and I'm Patrick, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I would have been embarrassed too.
I'm like, this man literally stayed on the run, and it shows too. As long as you put pressure on him, there's a lot he can't do. Yeah, he can make a fancy throw, a side pass, but doesn't mean it's going to get there to them, right? And to be fair, And to be fair, Patrick Mahomes did a very good job that game. He got out of the pocket a lot.
Yeah, he had to work for it.
His wide receivers would just miss a.
They were. Travis Kelce missed some easy catches.
Oh my God, Tyreek Hill missed a couple. I don't understand how they missed these balls. It's like they were just not trying to win at all. It's like the NFL was rigged.
Not this NFL. We can't go into that. No.
I'm not going into it, but dude, those passes were so perfect. It's so on the money, and they just dropped it. I'm like, are they missing it on purpose at this point? Like, what are they doing?
We could probably do a whole hour on me versus you on if the NFL is rigged or not, but we don't have enough time for that.
Hey, we all know it. We all know the yellow flag comes out every now and then. Change the game around.
But speaking of. Hopefully the NFL is rigged. Hopefully it's rigged in my favor with the Patriots because they went out and splashed some cash in the offseason. That is right. The Patriots spent, so far, the number that I've seen is $232 million, which is many dollars more than what they normally spend. They normally spend like $32 million on 6 players, not just on 1 player. So how do you feel about the Patriots reloading?
I mean, they still got Cam Newton in the backfield, so they're still gonna be trash.
But you know how I feel about Cam. I love Cam, and I think that last year was a fluke. I think that last year he didn't have any weapons. He was hurt. He had the virus. He was never the same after that. We talked about that in the last episode. So I think that now with the Patriots loading up, he's got 2 tight ends now. He's got some wide receivers. I think this could be Cam's bounce back year.
It could be. But if you're Patriots, right? And you're spending all this money, are you not looking for another elite quarterback or a decent quarterback?
Well, that begs the question
Cam is very injury prone.
You go, yeah.
He gets hurt a lot. Who's to say you get all this money for all these players and he goes the first game, he gets hurt, and he's out another 9?
That is true. He is very injury prone, which is a very concerning thing. But the draft is still ahead of us. That you don't know what the Patriots are going to do. I don't even know what the Patriots are going to do. They're very unpredictable.
If I'm the Patriots, I'm going my pick, and I'm getting the best quarterback that I can in that pick, and I'm gonna groom him.
I think they have the 15th pick.
Same thing they did with Tom Brady. They think about it. They had Bledsoe, right? Was that his name, Bledsoe?
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe. Yep.
Drew Bledsoe. Tom Brady was the little scrawny kid who no one thought was gonna be good. Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Cam's gonna get hurt. Let the young guy come in, see what he can do.
Think about that for a second. Think about that. I don't want to go down like too much of a wormhole, but think about that for a second. What the hit that Drew Bledsoe takes again? I think it was against the Jets back in like 2001, I think it was. But think about the events that happen if he doesn't take that hit and gets injured. Brady probably doesn't come in that season. He probably has to wait 1, maybe even 2 more seasons. Who knows how many Super Bowls the Patriots win? Who knows if Brady even turns out to be the Brady that he is today? That's like mind blowing to think about.
I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but like you said, I think if Drew Bledsoe doesn't get hurt, Tom Brady doesn't play for the Patriots. I think he ends up getting traded or getting released. He goes to some other team who a coach that doesn't really like him.
Yeah, but does he? Yeah, because he doesn't have that connection. Yeah,
he has that connection. He's not the Tom Brady is today. And then. We don't know, and to be honest with you, to touch on that some more, that happens a lot to players.
That does happen. It's so crazy to think about those kind of what if scenarios.
Who's to know Johnny Manziel doesn't go to a better team and be a elite quarterback?
Johnny Manziel.
He's in Cleveland. But he's in Cleveland, right? He's in Cleveland. There's nothing to do in Cleveland but get drunk. We're Ohio boys. We know this.
We do know this, yeah.
There's nothing in Ohio to do but drink. What do you think the man's gonna do? He's got a big check.
But I don't think Johnny. I don't think Johnny had it.
I'm not saying just Johnny, but just anybody, right?
There are guys like we take a look at Jameis Winston. If Jameis doesn't go to Tampa back when Tampa was bad, maybe Jameis is a solid quarterback. Maybe he doesn't have the 30-30 record for throwing touchdowns and picks in the same season.
That's true.
Which is astonishing, by the way, that he did that. Yeah, maybe he doesn't steal those. I think he did that in college. So.
Yeah, he was hungry.
He was hungry. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Those kind of what if scenarios are crazy.
It really is. And Patriots fans might hate this, and you're a Patriots fan, so I'm going to tell you.
All right.
The Patriots will not win another Super Bowl within these next 10 years.
Whoa.
They won't. They're not going to win with Cam Newton.
That is a bold statement to say, because you don't know what they're going to do in the draft. They may take the next superstar quarterback. And it doesn't have to be in the first round, yeah.
As they're going to have to do if they're not winning with Cam Newton. If they don't get a decent quarterback that Bill Belichick connects with, because I don't think Bill Belichick and Cam Newton really connects, right?
No, Cam doesn't run the style that he wants.
Exactly, they need a style that they kind of need not another Tom Brady, because that never happened.
They need somebody that doesn't run around as much as Cam does.
Stands in the pocket, lets the wide receivers work a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. Cam is very predictable.
And I agree with you. I don't think that they'll win a Super Bowl. I think they may get to deep playoff run. I don't think they beat the Chiefs with Cam. I don't think they beat Tampa Bay with Cam. I don't think they beat even Green Bay or Buffalo. I don't think they beat Buffalo with Cam. Obviously,
Speaking
they didn't.
of Green Bay.
Yeah.
They are some of the biggest choke artists. They have the best quarterback now. Hands down, the best quarterback in the league besides Tom Brady.
We're talking about the Packers now. I think they're restructuring Rodgers' deal.
They need to. Right? And they're probably going to pay him more money.
I think they are going to pay him a little bit more money.
Which, in my opinion, is a horrible idea. He's a great quarterback. But how do you just go out there and choke every year? They have one of the best teams.
I think they had the best team. I think they were better than Tampa.
They had the best team. And they what did they do?
They lost that thing, and it wasn't even like really that much of a question who the better team was that day. It was Tampa all the way, which is weird.
It's so bad. Aaron Rodgers is out there. He looked very angry in that game.
He always looks angry.
Yeah, but like the way he was playing after the game, was like, does he want to be here, man? Like he acted like he doesn't want to be here anymore.
Well, I've always thought that the relationship between Rodgers and the Packers was broken for a couple years now. But I mean, he still says he wants to be there, and if they're restructuring his deal, maybe he does want to be there. But if they keep drafting pieces that aren't going to help Rodgers, I don't think that's going to recover.
Yeah, they have a great running back.
Yes, right? They do. Yep,
great running back, great offensive line. They have an okay defense. They could touch the little things on the defense. And to be honest with you, they have a great wide receiver core. There was no reason.
They have a pretty good wide receiver core. Yeah,
they had no reason why they didn't make it farther, other than who they played.
And plus, I think that it was just a whole situation. They ran into a bus. So Tampa Bay wasn't going down easy, and
Tampa Bay was on fire.
Yeah,
and Tampa Bay still, in my opinion, hasn't played. I think they could play. Dude, I think Tampa Bay has so much potential. I hate to say it, but I love Mike Evans. I love their defensive. Their defensive backs are some of the best. They're energetic. They're out there. They want to play. And Tom Brady just had one piece of the puzzle who brought them back and just gave them that little spark that they needed. And I think they're going to win a lot more Super Bowls. Tom Brady too.
They got so much talent on offense. Brady just sat back there and was like, "Oh, who do I want to throw to now?"
Dude, people. I would bet. Tom Brady has what, 7 now?
7, yes, he does. Yeah.
I could see him leaving with 9.
Leaving with 9.
I can see him winning 2 more.
If he gets 2 more, why didn't he just go for 10?
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't surprised if he wins 3. I'm telling you, dude.
That's crazy.
He looks so good.
I think he's 43 right now, so you're talking like 46, 47 when he's winning his 10th ring.
He doesn't get hurt. He doesn't get hit.
He doesn't get hurt.
Best offensive line. You know, he can rely on his defense if he does having a bad game. His defense is still going to stop the team they're playing against, you know? I don't know.
He's had one major injury in his career, and that was his ACL tear.
I see him winning a few more.
I could see him winning 1 more. I don't think he gets to 9. I don't think he gets to 10. I think he wins 1 more.
And is this next year coming up?
Oh yeah, because you think he's going to back-to-back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he could, yeah. He could definitely back-to-back. There's definitely some potential there.
They're bringing back the entire team.
Yeah, they did a very good job in free agency bringing back their team.
The entire team. Like, and their team's so good, dude. So good.
But speaking of bringing people back, Dallas has not really done that, except for Dak, obviously. So how do you feel about the lack of spending from the Cowboys in free agency?
It's Jerry Jones. As a Cowboys fan, you kind of expect it. You know what I mean? It is. You kind of expect it.
Yeah.
You kind of expect him to bring back a quarterback, not give him any weapons. You know, you pay the running back way too much money, and then you trade him for 2 mediocre players, which is probably going to happen.
Oh, you think Zeke's getting traded?
Yeah, I think Zeke's gone. But if Zeke is gone, you need to trade him for defense players.
Yeah, their defense wasn't the best last year.
And we need offensive linemen, bro. Our offensive linemen 2 years ago.
That's crazy, yeah.
Any running back in the league could have ran behind that.
That's crazy because, a couple of years ago, like you're saying, the Cowboys had the best offensive line in the league.
That's what got Dak hurt this year. Our deep offensive line just doesn't protect. And yeah, he did go on a run. He ran the ball, and that's how he got hurt. Blah blah blah. But he wouldn't have to do that if his offensive line was just blocking. He could have passed the ball. He has scrambled so much because our offensive line is so terrible now. It makes no sense. I watched some of the games last year, and I'm like, is this? And we have some of the same offensive linemen. Dude was old, right? It's like
they're pretty old.
Why are we still have these guys that are not doing anything? Like, we need to either get rid of them or we need to do something.
And it really hurt you when Travis Frederick, your center, had to retire because of health concerns, I think. So
they have a lot of grooming. I don't see Cowboys winning anytime soon. They have a lot of stuff they need to work on.
I know, which is the annoying thing because that division is so winnable. Easy playoff spot if they could just beat the teams in their division.
Yeah, because our division is horrible. But I think they're gonna be a lot better if they don't. I don't want them to trade Zeke, but I have a feeling they will. And to be honest with you, our wide receivers are kind of garbage too. We have Amari Cooper, who's iffy.
Ooh, I need to ask you, how do you feel about Michael Gallup? Because I think Michael Gallup is a number 1.
I think Michael Gallup is better than Cooper.
Cooper's good. Cooper's very good.
Young. Cooper's good, but Cooper is very iffy. Right?
He needs to have Dak throwing to him.
I think Cooper missed a wide open pass one time, and I was like, "What is this guy doing?" Seriously, I was like, "What is this guy doing?"
Sometimes they miss open passes.
Wide receiver, Juicy. I get it, but it's like Super Bowl. Like some of these passes these guys miss are like, come on. You are an elite wide receiver. You have to make these. When I was a kid, my dad always told me, "You literally get paid to catch footballs. Literally millions." My dad used to tell me when I was a kid, if the ball touches your fingers, you can catch it.
Oh, I like that.
These guys don't even try. It's like, my dad tells me all the time, if the ball touches your fingers, boy, you can catch it. I'm like, all right. And our football coaches, if we missed a pass or if our wide receiver missed a ball when I was in football, they had to run.
Ooh.
Yeah, run and then they had to run until they called the ball. Like, they had to do it nonstop. And these players in the NFL, man, I get it. They have a right quarterback who's zapping the ball to them. It's a little harder to catch. I understand that. But you bought these $80 football gloves that are sticky as hell, you know, and you're still missing wide open passes. Like, kick the gloves off. They're obviously not working.
Yeah, but then they're going to come back with the argument of I got somebody covering me. I can't catch it all the time.
I get that, but these guys are wide open. Like, there was no one over them. There was no one in 5 to 10 yards from them, and they still dropped it. That's what I'm saying. To go back to Super Bowl, when Travis Kelce missed that football, he was surrounded by people. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's understandable. Tyreek Hill was wide the hell open, and he dropped the ball. Like, what is... He was cutting down the middle. Chiefs, the play that they do all the time. They always do this play. Always. He's cutting down the middle. The quarterback throws it to him, drops the ball. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Plus, it's like they didn't want to.
Wide receivers in general are like the biggest divas ever. So they'll come up with any excuse of why they didn't catch the football.
And we're speaking from our experience. No, we're not in the NFL, so we're just a little couple of dudes doing a podcast.
We're just watching. We're just watching. We should preface it by saying that, yeah.
But in my mind, in my opinion, that man should have caught the ball. And the ball shouldn't be that hard to catch.
Yeah, that's kind of like the argument. My dad always says this for like when we're watching basketball. Like we watched, what was it? Which Ohio State? I think it was Ohio State versus Michigan in the Big Ten tournament in the final. And we were sitting there and we were watching the game. And my dad is like, he's watching the Buckeyes make mistakes and and do all this stuff. And he's saying to himself and saying to me, because he's saying it out loud, but he's saying, why are they making these mistakes? They practice on this. They do this. He gets the big moments. He gets the bright lights and all that stuff. But this is what you practice for. This is what you do. You commit yourself to this. And yes, it's just college and they don't get paid and stuff. But still, this is what you do. You should be able to make these plays. You should be able to not turn the ball over consistently like they were doing in that game, even though they still won.
I 100% agree with them.
And that's even more prevalent in the majors, in like the NFL and stuff, because they get paid for that. So they should do that. They get
paid. That's what I'm saying. They get paid for this.
You get paid to catch footballs. You get paid to block for the quarterback. You get paid to run the football, and yet they still make mistakes. But that's just us. That's just fan perspective.
No, fan perspective. Without us fans, who are they? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But dude, we watch these guys, and these guys get paid, and sometimes I feel like they're not even trying half the time.
It does look like that sometimes on some.
Do you
sports.
ever watch? I'm the biggest LeBron James fan in the world. Biggest LeBron.
Oh, before you go on, before you go on, I just want to say sorry for LeBron James' injury. That sucks that he sprained his ankle or did whatever he did. But go on.
Yeah, that is kind of sucky. that is broke my heart. All right, but this is the thing. I watch LeBron. This man is one of the highest paid athletes in the world, and sometimes I watch him. Excuse my language. He is half-assing the entire game. Half-assing. These people who come to see him play, they pay $100 for these tickets just because they want to see LeBron. They don't care about probably thousands, some of them. Yeah. But I'm saying hundreds from the top bleachers, right?
Yeah.
They going down, it gets more expensive. The average person pays a couple $100s to go watch this man play. They will go to watch LeBron James play. I've never seen them. They bring their kids. Oh, LeBron James. They don't care about any other player. They don't care about none of the other Laker players. Nothing. They don't care about who they're playing. They care about LeBron, and he's out there just jogging up and down, not playing defense. Right? Like, come on, man. I get it. You have 80 games. You have 80. You have multiple games, a lot of games. But this is what you get paid to do.
Yeah.
It's like going to the Olympics, right, Juice? It's like going to the Olympics, and you're doing a relay race, and you pass the baton to one of your sprinters, and he's just jogging.
Yeah, he just doesn't run, yeah.
He gets paid to do that. He's just jogging. He's just half-assing. No, you go out there and they sprint the entire time.
I do want to throw out the argument against you for LeBron. I agree with you that he should be 100% all the time. But there is the argument that the NBA and all sports, for that matter, have forgotten the importance of the regular season because they've put so much emphasis and so much importance on the postseason that these players don't really take the regular season that seriously. So that's why
they shouldn't charge tickets then.
I agree with you. I totally agree that LeBron and all these players should care about the regular season, but I mean that's the argument against it.
Playoff ticket sales, playoff ticket prices are triple the amount of regular season tickets is, right? So these average people can't go to a playoff game.
Yeah, the average people cannot, no.
And the reason why LeBron James is getting paid the amount of money he is, and he's a great player, right? So this is the thing, right? As people say, oh, it's not all about the fans, the players have lives too. Okay, let's take this. Let's think about this. If there's no fans, there's nobody watches LeBron, no one buys LeBron's jerseys, no one cares about the NBA. They don't get paid. Right? Same thing. No one watches the women basketball league. No one watches WNBA.
Nobody watches. That's true.
No one watches it.
I don't think I've ever watched a minute of it.
No one goes out and buys the jerseys. That's why they don't get paid as much as they do. Right? That's fair.
Yeah, that's not just the women's equality thing. That's just because nobody cares about it.
no one watches it. But if you put these people who don't go out there and try their hardest every game, or they don't have to try hard, but just do more than half. They shouldn't be selling tickets. Like, if you're going to go out there and barely try to win just to get enough to make it to playoffs, then the tickets should be dirt cheap. People who will watch it.
Yeah, but that's not how the owners work.
That's what I'm saying. It's a business to them. It's a business to everybody.
It's a cold, hard business.
It's a business to LeBron. It's a business to all these NBA players. It's a business. They don't care about if they don't care. They're
now, that's not saying for everybody. We can't lump everybody into that. Some people play it for the game.
I'm not saying they're wrong for doing it either. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I'd be the same way.
but it's like, man, Come on, man.
And to go back to your point about LeBron, or people going specifically to see LeBron, if they go, if like say some little kid, he's probably like 10 years old, and his parents take him to go see a Laker game just to see LeBron, and that game happens to be a game where LeBron doesn't take the entire game seriously and he doesn't play hard, like what kind of impression does that leave on the kid? That kid may think model. That's okay to not go as hard as you can every single game because LeBron did it, so why can't I do it? That's not the image you want to send out to these little kids.
And he's a great role model. He builds schools.
He's a fantastic role model.
I'm not questioning his what he does for the community at all. I'm talking about strictly on the court. Mm-hmm. Strictly on the court, when it comes to basketball, when it comes to being a role model for people who love the game of basketball, sometimes he goes out there and he half-asses it and he lets us down. Same thing. People love James Harden, but I have never seen James Harden play a lick of defense.
He doesn't. I think it's in his contract that he can't play defense.
Like, seriously. Like, this man is one of the best players in the league and doesn't play defense.
That whole Nets team just doesn't play defense. Well, the big three doesn't play defense, at least.
I don't think they're ever going to win. If we could talk about basketball, I don't think they're going to win. They would not win together.
How do you feel about Blake Griffin going there now?
It doesn't make a difference.
Does it make a difference?
Blake Griffin. What has Blake Griffin done in his career?
Dunked a basketball. That's about it.
That's it. And what has? Let's be honest. People always talk about LeBron. What has KD done in his career?
Blown a 3-1 lead.
Without mentioning Golden State Warriors.
He's blown a 3-1 lead to the team that he joins.
Exactly. And who was on his team? Two people on his team. Who was on his team back then?
I think it was just Russ. I don't think Harden was there.
No, when they blew the 3-1 league, was
yeah,
Russ?
I think Harden was in Houston at that point. There.
But even then, they had Harden and they had Russ, and they didn't win.
They should have won.
Literally two of the best players. Exactly. They're not going to win, man. They had too many egos. Kyrie's going to get mad one time when KD doesn't pass him the ball.
Kyrie, I just read an article like last night or something, or yesterday, that Kyrie's not traveling with them to their next away stint or whatever. He's doing something.
Yeah, that's already bad. Yeah, that's good for the team. Right? Seriously.
I agree with you, yeah.
Kyrie is one of the biggest drama queens in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a character, that's for sure.
This man literally thinks the world revolves around him. He literally thinks it's flat.
He thinks it's flat, and it circulates around him in like a disc.
He hasn't done anything to be a drama queen, right? He won with LeBron James, the best player.
And he hit a big shot in that game.
He hit a big shot. He did, but I don't care what no one says, and I'm gonna stick to it. If LeBron James and the rest of that team doesn't do what they do in the third quarter, that last shot doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, because they wouldn't be in that situation. Yeah,
they wouldn't be in that situation. So people, the last shot. Yeah, you're right. He did hit the last shot, but what happened before that?
He only had the opportunity to hit that last shot because LeBron was there.
Exactly. Same thing when LeBron was with the Heat. Oh, Ray Allen saved his legacy. No, he didn't.
Hey, don't be disgracing the Heat like that.
I love the Heat. I love that team. But people didn't give the team credit. They said, "Oh, Ray Allen saved his legacy." Do you not remember what happened in the third quarter when LeBron James went off?
Oh, I remember. I remember those championships vividly. I'm a Heat fan, so.
See, you remember. If that third quarter didn't happen, that team loses.
I also remember the 2014 championship when they're playing Kawhi, and apparently, quote unquote, somebody turns the heat on in the building. I don't know how that gets allowed, and then LeBron gets cramps, and we lose the championship.
I remember that.
I don't know how that's allowed, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it had been steaming hot in there that day.
Oh yeah, you could tell that it was hot in there, and LeBron just happened to take the worst of it. Mm-hmm. I still remember. I can see LeBron on the ground, like holding his like has his hands on his head, and just I can still see it. That hurts.
Yeah.
That just brought a bad memory back. I don't want to think about that.
Have you watched any of the NCAA tournament?
Oh, baby, have I watched some NCAA tournaments.
I haven't really watched a lot, but all I know is like a lot of the good teams are getting put out.
Okay, so let's get into this, dive straight headfirst into it. We're both Buckeye fans. And I have not watched as much NCAA tournament as I thought I was going to because of the situation that Ohio State put me in. They lost to, for anybody who didn't know, I'm assuming that everybody does know, that Oral Roberts, a 15 seed, beat the Buckeyes, who were a 2 seed, in the first round, and it wasn't even really a contest, which is the upsetting part. The very upsetting part, because Ohio State is clearly the better team. If they play 10 times, the Buckeyes win 8, 9 times. But for some reason, they didn't show up. And Dwayne I don't even want to get started on Dwayne Washington. He took so many stupid shots. He had the game in his hands, and he choked it, and it just wasn't good. EJ Liddell didn't play very well. I don't know. It's frustrating.
It happens, though. You know,
it does happen. Yeah. And
happens a lot.
There's been so many upsets. Illinois is out of the tournament at this point. Iowa out of the tournament. So the brackets are all busted. Throw your bracket, just burn your bracket. It's done.
Yeah, everybody's bracket is wrong.
My bracket had Gonzaga and Illinois in the championship, and that's done now because Illinois is out. So, I mean, I had Ohio State in the Elite Eight. They lost the first round. It's wild.
Yeah.
This is one of the craziest NCAA tournaments I've seen in a while. It's absolutely wild.
It's kind of great. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. But I do want to circle back before we get into more NCAA tournament. I want to circle back to EJ Liddell. I don't know if you heard about it, but the day after, I think they lost to Oral Roberts, or maybe the night they lost to Oral Roberts, EJ Liddell tweeted out some things about some of his DMs that he got from some quote-unquote Ohio State fans that sent him death threats. And I can't get in the mindset, because maybe I'm a normal person, I can't get in the mindset of somebody who takes a sport or anything so seriously where you would literally pick up your phone and commit a crime. Basically, that's a crime, basically. To send a death threat to anyone, really. I would never do that to anyone. But in this case, it's a college kid who's, I don't know how old he is, like 20, 19, I don't know how old he is, but he's a college kid who doesn't get paid for what he does. And he's just out there trying to make people happy. And these psychotic fans are sending him horrible death threats. They're calling him the N-word. They're saying they're going to find his house and kill him themselves. Like, these people are not mentally well, and they need to be stopped. And I just can't get in that mindset.
You know what's crazy, Juice? These people are doing this because they're you know what I mean? They're probably fans who are really bad at basketball, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to live through him, to fulfill fantasy. And then when this team comes out and loses, I'm guessing they did it because they lost, right?
Yeah, they did. Yep, they did it because they lost.
They did it because they lost. So they're taking out him.
I think I have here. I'm gonna quickly send you. I think I have the picture that he sent out. I'm gonna send that to you so you can read what he said. They're horrible messages that he got. I cannot believe people actually typed this and then thought it was a good idea to send it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. EJ Liddell. I cannot. It's just insane. People. Where's EJ Liddell at? I don't know what his Twitter handle is. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me save this and save this. Okay, perfect. Just wait till you read these, because these are unbelievable. All right, there's one. You can tell. I don't want to say this, but you can tell that one of the guys is black, just the way that he types and the way that it reads, which doesn't make it better. But okay, I sent them to you, so. I cannot believe that people actually thought it was a good idea to send this to you. Like, I can't, it doesn't make any sense to me coming from somebody who is, I guess, quote unquote normal. I would never get in that mindset of somebody who would do that. It doesn't. What goes through your mind?
It makes me mad too because it's literally fans.
Yeah, and it's fans of the team. They say that one of the guys says that all Ohio State fans hate you now. That couldn't be further from the truth. I love EJ Liddell. I think he's a great player. Just because he lost the game doesn't mean I hate him and I want to kill him. No, why would I do that? It's just a game at the end of the day. Especially since it's college and they don't get paid for it. It's just a game.
Yeah, like, what are you doing on at 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon, messaging another man in his DM?
Exactly.
You seem like, in my opinion, you look like a little girl. You're like a fangirl. Who can't get, it's like when dudes message girls in their DMs and they don't respond.
And they get creepy, yeah.
You stupid B-word.
Yeah, that creeps me out.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I was like, they're just fans. They're just fans of them, and if you're EJ Liddell, you know that you have fans now, so just go back next year and.
But to go against it, I don't want to go like super against it, but EJ probably shouldn't have put those out there, the DMs out there, because he's given the fans what they want. That they wanted people to know that they sent that to him, and he was just feeding into that, which is probably not the best thing. But just some of the things that those guys said to him, like, why would you say? You would never say that to him face to face. So why say it to him behind a keyboard? It doesn't make any sense.
Because people are Twitter hustlers, Juice. They do.
Oh yeah, I know.
They can't say that.
I'm getting heated.
People do that stuff all the time.
I know people do it all the time, and it doesn't make any sense to me. It's just People
weirdos, man. People weirdos. They get in their feelings about a game that they're horrible at playing.
Yeah, and the game doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm one of those people that takes sports seriously. Like, I get mad when the Patriots lose. I get mad when the Heat lose. I get mad when the Buckeyes lose. But I would never take it so seriously that I would message a player or message an owner or something like that, somebody with the team, and say that I'm going to do all this stuff to them. What? It's not.
And those kids who did that should be ashamed of themselves, right?
I don't know. I don't think they're kids. I think they're grown men.
I'm calling them kid because they did a childish act, right? I'm sure EJ Liddell will probably. How many years he's been with Ohio State now?
I think he's been there 3 years, 3 years. Yeah.
So I'm sure he's gonna come back, right?
He's gonna test the waters, but he'll probably come back.
He'll probably come back. When he does good next year, when he does good, because he's going to.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Those same guys are going to be the same guys who just said all that to him, or be the same guys cheering for him, right? So in EJ's mind, about me, EJ, that's all I'm thinking about. It's like these same guys who are talking all this crap, they're probably hammered out of their mind. One, and two, they're going to be the same dudes cheering for you every game that you guys win, every basket you score, every time you make a good play, they're going to be cheering for you because. They're in their feelings because of a bracket game that really doesn't matter.
And don't get me wrong, that was a very bad upset. It's one of the worst upsets in NCAA tournament history. I'm sure these guys, although we haven't thought about the idea of these guys had so much money on the game, and then they lost all that money because the Buckeyes lost. Mm-hmm. That is another point. It doesn't make it acceptable for them to send this stuff, but they probably had a lot of money on the game.
Well, you should be betting money on a game, That can go any way. That's a part of betting.
Yeah.
If you're going to be that upset, you should be betting in the first place.
I think these guys that's the only, well, not the only reason, but that's the reason in my mind that they would stoop to this level and send this kind of stuff. Because they lost money.
These guys, man, it actually makes me sick.
Yeah, I know. Now you're finally joining my party. That's how I've been. I can't believe that they would do this. Like, and this is a crime. Like, the Columbus police is involved in this now. Like, they are gonna find these people, and there's gonna be some repercussions. I don't know if it's gonna be jail time or what, but it's gonna be serious.
Mm-hmm, it should be.
Like, this isn't just some thing where EJ laughed it off and said it. No, the police is involved now.
It's ridiculous.
And speaking of the police, more allegations have been dropped on Deshaun Watson. This thing is getting out of hand real quick.
Yeah, that story is all crazy.
I don't know what to believe. I think Deshaun is a good dude. Like, from everything that he's done, he helps the community. He does all this good stuff. He's a nice dude. But if this stuff is true, like, he should be in prison.
The truth is, we'll never know. We'll never know if it's true.
Yes, exactly. We will never know.
One girl comes out and says it, and now every other girl he's ever had intercourse with, has ever encountered, is going to come out and say the same thing.
Yeah, and the thing
now there's a check involved, right?
And the thing is, they're all going to the same lawyer, which is a little bit sus.
Exactly. That's my point. The lawyer is working with this girl. Now, hold on, guys. Who else can we get involved to make us some more money? That's all it is, man.
Has he ever been involved with these other women?
Mm-hmm. They're going back all the way to high school to find women.
They've got, I think it's 13 total cases or allegations on him.
Yeah, people hate that. People probably hate this opinion, but there's no way. No way.
But if it's
there's
true,
no way he does to 13 people and no one said anything. There's no way.
If it's true, he should be in prison. This is assault. This is sexual assault that he did.
Yes, if it's true, he should be in prison. But in my opinion, I don't think it's true.
I don't think it's true either. I don't. Just from what I've seen, I've never met the dude. I don't know him, so I can just say from the outside looking in, I think he's a good dude. But I wouldn't think that he would do this kind of stuff to these women. But if it's, I don't know what to believe. It's so crazy. And you said it right. We'll never find out what's true or not.
He can go to prison, an innocent man, and we'll never know.
I don't.
To be honest, it's their word versus his.
Exactly.
It really is.
Yeah.
So he can go to prison for being innocent. Usually, we'll never know if he is or not. In our minds, he's guilty, but this man could be in there crying his eyes out, knowing he's innocent, and we'll never know. Shout out to Bill Cosby.
And this is the worst thing that could have happened to him because, as everybody knows, he was trying to get traded from Houston. Nobody's going to touch him now. Nobody wants that backlash. Especially if it comes out that it's true. Nobody wants to deal with that. So if it's not true, you just got to feel bad for the dude. Like, why these people? I mean, I understand because they want the money, but why these people would throw out these accusations and all these allegations against Deshaun? And it's just like people will do anything for money.
They really do, man. This is the way of the road, Juice.
Yeah, people will do anything for money. Especially if it's against a high-profile athlete like that.
Hey.
I don't know.
People do anything for a little dollar, a little change.
That is true. One more thing before we get out of here. I saw this a couple of weeks ago. It is Columbia University holding separate but equal virtual graduations. Now, I'm not much on the train of politics and getting involved in all this. I mean, obviously I support Black Lives Matter and stuff, but I'm not somebody who is going to get into a heated argument about this. But I don't think it's right that they're separating it. This is literally what the 50s was all about.
So they're having a white graduation and a black graduation?
They're having, I think what the article said was, they're having a Hispanic graduation, I think they're having a white graduation, a black graduation, and then what were they having? Was it LG? I don't know what the fourth. I think there was a fourth one that I can't remember. But they're having separate but equal is what they say, even though it's clear racism.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
how is that even allowed?
I don't know how it's allowed, but it's at Columbia University, one of the most highly respected universities in the world, that's doing this.
Man, I should be embarrassed. Like, what? If you're the board of education, whoever's in charge of that, you need to shut that down now. Like, that's horrible. Like,
I think I read one
virtual.
of the.
Why did we care?
Yeah, one of the comments said, "What happens to the people who are biracial? Where do they go?" Which graduation do they attend?
They go to both? Like, what the hell?
Columbia.
I've never heard anything like that. Never heard anything like that. That's actually crazy to me.
It is very crazy, yeah.
We're in 2021 and we're having separate graduation because of a pandemic, which is virtual, so it doesn't make any sense, right?
They're hosting 6 separate graduation ceremonies based on income, level, and race and ethnicity.
Oh, this is all bad.
Yeah.
This is all bad. This college needs to, dude, I'm telling you, that college needs to be embarrassed. They need to issue a statement of apologize and say they're not doing that. Because what do they gain from this? All these kids who are not, let's be honest, who are not white, are not going to go to the school anymore.
Oh.
No one's going to want to go there. You're having separate graduations virtually between races? Like, what? I can see if you're doing, like, by last name, you know, from A to B, from A to Z.
Yeah, because doing it by last name and doing it by that is normal.
Yeah, like, but why would you do race? It doesn't, by income also. Like, that's kind of embarrassing in a way.
Oh,
because
hold on to just wait. This says that they details graduation ceremonies for Native Asian Latinx. Is that Latin or Latino? I guess black students taking place for Columbia College. Another dubbed the FLI graduation, first generation or low income, and the school also hosts a lavender in quotes graduation for the LGBT. This is bad. The events are important, intimate, students aligned. I'm not sure if this actually happened or not, which is what I'm trying to find out right now. Did this actually take place? April 30th. It still says it's going to take place. Black, white, backlash against it stem from. I'm not seeing anything that says that it's not taking place. So I guess we'll find out on April 30th if it does take place or not. But they're doing, oh man, they're doing low income. They're doing LGBT. They're doing race, ethnicity. I mean, they're literally going into every problem with the world over the past 100 years.
Oh my God. Sorry, I'm trying to look it up too. I can't find it, but
just type in Columbia University separate graduation. It should pop up. It is absolutely insane.
I hate to say it, but this is something like, and this is gonna sound kind of dramatic, but this is something that the president should be involved in. Like, he should stop this shit.
And he might have. The article was posted on like a couple of weeks ago, I think, or maybe last week or something. He might have already got involved, and I haven't found out about it yet. Or maybe the backlash was too much from the community, and they stopped it. I don't know.
Oh, I can just imagine some of these parents are not okay with this.
Oh, I wouldn't be as a parent. I wouldn't be okay with having my kid go to a separate. Let's say I had a kid, and obviously, for people who don't know, I'm white. I have to press it by saying that. So, if I had a kid who was friends with your kid, or with someone else that was from the LGBT, and they had to go to separate virtual graduations because of what they are, like, why? This is what we've been fighting for, to make everything equal.
Yeah, like, what? Just whoever the school is, like, this is ridiculous to me.
Oh, it's crazy.
It says Columbia University is feeling social media backlash after media reports surfaced that the New York City-based Ivy League institution is planning to host 6 graduation events classified by race. Mm-hmm. They're feeling social media backlash. No crap, you're feeling that.
Like they're shocked that they're getting the
that they're feeling back. What?
They thought everybody's going to be on board with this.
No.
As if the summer of 2020 didn't happen.
Wow. It says that in the Columbia posted they posted on their account.
Oh yeah.
In most instances, these celebrations evolved from ceremonies originally created by students and alumni. They are open to every student. They are voluntary and become highly anticipated and valued part of the Columbia graduation experience. Huh?
So basically, in their minds, when they plan this out, they're like, okay, we're gonna do these 6 separate virtual graduations to separate everybody into groups. And everybody's gonna love it because we're making everybody happy. We're getting all these guys. We got the white guys over here. We got the black guys over here. We got the Latino people over here. The gay people over here. We got all these guys that it's gonna be so great. And they actually thought this was a great idea. Like they legit thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, they all sat in their office with their coffees.
Yeah, which is the backbone of the problems that this world has had.
We already had a horrible 2020, right?
Exactly.
Race
yes.
and all this. And
bad
2020.
This
school comes in and just says, you know what? Let's divide us even more. Let's have separate graduations. Literally the biggest accomplishment for all these kids in their life.
Yes.
Biggest accomplishment.
I mean, you're graduating from Columbia University.
That's what I'm saying. The biggest accomplishment. Let's just separate them all and just divide them, even more divided.
Exactly.
Like, come on. Like, what does this world come to that's okay?
And the worst part is they thought it was a good idea.
They thought it was a good idea. But to be fair, that's what happens when you have a lot of these people in these boards and these big high power situations. And it's going to sound wrong, that are white.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that. I was going to say, I hate to say this, but they're probably all white.
Like, where's the black guy that's saying, no, this is a bad idea? Right? We need that people. We need those people in office. We need people around to tell these guys. To be fair, these guys might have thought that this was actually okay. And
maybe, I mean, we're not looking at this all the way. Maybe their words are being misinterpreted. Maybe.
Yeah, but what they posted is kind of like they're blaming students, though. They're blaming the students for it, in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what, like, their statement didn't really say, well, our words were interpreted incorrect. No, they literally said evolved from our students and alumni.
Oh man!
like what? That's why I said, huh? Come on.
Yeah,
man.
it's a bad look for this university. It's literally the exact situations that this world has been fighting since its existence, and they're putting it front and center in one of their most high profile things.
That's just ridiculous to me.
It's very ridiculous.
Juicy, we got some content today.
Oh yeah, we got
multiple videos that we got to cut this part
I'll cut it up later today.
This one right here, the Colombian one, that's gonna be a good one.
It is gonna be a good one, yeah. I'll just have to timestamp it and find it so that I can cut it up.
Well, make sure you have good titles. Yeah. Kind of catchy, maybe a little clickbaity.
Ooh, yeah. a little clickbaity.
Not too clickbaity. But
Columbia University is racist.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna title the Papa John one, because that one's just.
Is Papa John's racist?
Yes.
Hey,
But
dude.
To close out this podcast, thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening. We are here I think I'm post this on Wednesday because it kind of takes a little bit to edit. So every Wednesday, probably around 5 o'clock, look for it on YouTube, on the 100p podcast on YouTube, and on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, really, because the Anchor app posts it to, I think, literally everywhere, except for Apple. I don't think it puts on Apple. So everywhere but iTunes. I'm pretty sure where you can find this podcast.
Yeah, for sure too.
It is 100p with Juice and Brazzi everywhere else besides YouTube. So if you want to go and search that up, give us a follow, subscribe on YouTube, and any last words from you, Braz?
100p, baby.
100p, and we out.